in this social media tájọ wà yìí àjọ máa mú nǹkan lẹ́tàn délẹ̀. When it comes to Olóyè Igboho, kò sí bàbá lẹ́ni náà tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ Olóyè Igboho tí mo lè jáde fún yín. Even if he's the president, even if he's the vice president, I will come out for every single one of you. Olóyè ò tí disrespect Tinubu. Ó ń wọ́n ní Tinubu pé kó bá òun sọ fún Shettima kò tí pọ̀ jù. I can tell Kisama, I can call him out at a 19-year-old boy nílùú yìí, ọmọ òyìnbó, ó gbé BMW. 1 year ló ṣe gba license ẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ deactivate gbogbo sensor tó wà lára BM yẹn pé mọ́tò tó ń build so that when things goes wrong, that car can still be in stability. Nigeria will not be in the stability because what it deactivated problems on 12/2024. This message is for Reuben Abari. Because tó bá jẹ́ pé èèyàn tó ní làákàyè ni ìwọ máa gbẹ́nu ṣùkùnù ẹnu wèrè ẹnu jàǹfààní ẹnu tó dàbí ẹnu fùrọ̀ adìyẹ wàá lanu sílẹ̀ wàá sọ pé Ìgbòho pé lẹ́tà tó kọ statement tó kọ síta.
Fulanis are hiding under Islam. They are confusing our people, especially the houses. They are confusing our people. All the imams in Nigeria, especially the northern part of Nigeria, all of them are Fulanis. They are confusing our people because they don't want us to think for ourselves. They always want us, anything they tell us, whether good or bad, we should just follow them.
Àwọn Buhari tó ṣe nígbà tó ń ṣe àwọn ni wọ́n Ọbásanjọ́ nígbà tó ń ṣèjọba. How old are these people? They are less than 30 years old. Ìwọ ṣe àwọn sọ fún mi pé ta ni leader? Ìwọ ni leader now. O rò pé Ìgbòho ni leader? Ìgbòho kọ́ ni leader. Ìgbòho ni leader for movement, but tá bá débi tá ń lọ, ìwọ ni leader, ìwọ ló máa lọ govern province.
Kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ àpàdà sórí ìkànnì Yorùbá Space TV níbi tá ti máa ń mọ àwọn ètò àti ìròyìn wá fún yín lónà ọ̀jọ̀ kan gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ káàkiri Nàìjíríà pàápàá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ti wá. Ẹ wo tó bá jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tí yín rè lórí ìkànnì yìí ẹ bá wa subscribe ẹ sì má gbàgbé láti tẹ bọ́tìn kékeré tó dàbí aago yẹn tí yóò máa ta yín lóko nínú ìgbà tá a bá ti mú fídíò tuntun wá síta. Ẹ wo èyí tá a tún fún yín lónìí àrà ọ̀tọ̀ ni ó yá ẹ wá lọ bó ṣe ń lọ ẹnì tó níbẹ̀.
I looked at the international side of what people were saying about the storm tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ wa ní ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí. A lot of them talked about it, but not to my satisfaction. Tí ẹ̀mí kan bá jábọ́ nílùú yìí, the whole world will talk about it as if it is 1 million people that die. The numbers of people that have been confirmed dead will concern Europe, because as far as they're concerned, problem tí yín ni ẹ lọ solve it out. Ṣèbẹ́ ní media tí yín tó lè bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Ṣèbẹ́ láwọn bloggers yín ẹ jẹ́ kó máa pariwo. But ṣé ẹ̀mí èyí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tiwa yẹn ṣé kò ní value bí ẹ̀mí ti bíbà? Because I know the value of human lives after my 25 years of living in the UK. Bí ẹ̀mí kan bá bọ́ nílùú yìí, the amount of the coverage tó máa fún, the amount of media that will have traveled down to that location. Ask yourself, láti almost 72 hours, how many international media ló ti sọ̀kalẹ̀ láti wá cover storm tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá? Just like we saw ní January 16, tí a pariwo títí, but there's a bomb threat in Ibadan. People say there was no bomb threat. I can make it up me. And we saw what happened after the attack in Ibadan. This was the beginning of the year. And we are also seeing another end of the year with storm. Do not lose focus. Bugbunkan, Asopo Yelidumari. Yes, but we all have a work to do. Good evening, sit back, and let's just enjoy the program. I am not here to point finger. My job here is to raise money for people that wants to support the platform. Tebanwa Bitotifish analysis into Shele. There are many bloggers, there are many platforms that are talking about it. Itemigbedani, Yoruba Nation. Do I have human feelings? Yes, I do. But the human feelings will continue until we get Yoruba Nation. There will be more people that will die. Money, 1 million people will lose their life. Katode ile Yoruba. I want to learn now. E ade ke minus e. Koiki.
Atunomo pure water báyìí, be ko lọ pure water wa. Pure water nsi ó ti di méjì, báàgì méjì, 500. Kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀? Èwo ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí? Kí ló tún kọ pure water omi tá fi ń dáná? Omi tá fi ń dáná. Kí ló dé pé gbogbo nǹkan báyìí ìnira ti pọ̀ jù, ìnira pọ̀ jù Lagos State. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Nígbà tẹ́ ta pure water, láti inú mọ́tò méjì 500 méjì báàgì méjì 500 láti inú mọ́tò àwọn tó máa tún tà á kọ́lé ló máa tà kí ló gbé ìnira á pọ̀ jù ní Nàìjíríà ìnira á ti pọ̀ jù àtìgbà tí Buhari ti bọ́lẹ̀ báyìí ni Buhari ti gbé lọ́ọ̀fù lọ ló ti gbé ìfẹ́ lọ kò sífẹ́ mọ́ ìnira yìí ti pọ̀ jù epo wọn àsọ̀rọ̀ gàrí wọn àsọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo nǹkan wọn àsọ̀rọ̀ ṣé bí ọ̀tà omi dààmú lẹ́tún jẹ́ kó wọ́n omi tó so omi tọ́lọ́run dà tó ń ṣe pé bóyá pé kínní òun lẹ́tún jẹ́ kó wọ́n níbo la ń lọ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà níbo la ń lọ báyìí níbo la ń lọ tó bá yẹ pé ogun la máa jà tí gbogbo wèrè yìí máa fi sọ́ọ̀f tó bá yẹ pé ogun la máa jà tí gbogbo ìyà tí àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù ń jẹ yìí láàfin ní jẹmọ ẹ jẹ́ ká kúkú jagun ẹ tó bá máa kúkú kú ẹ tó bá máa yè kó yè ìnira àtẹ́ni wọn lára yóò ti pọ̀ jù ẹ̀yin nìkan lè gbádùn kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gan ṣẹlẹ̀ gbá ìwọlé síbẹ̀ ni. Why we stop to be like this? Naija ti ma who's there me Naija go sweet you know lo ma to do.
As you say, Olú ti sú wa. Eku òkè bí eku mọ́, ẹyẹ òkè bí ẹyẹ mọ́. Gàrí la mo sá èmi àtàwọn àbí mi a lè jẹ ráìsì mọ́. Ẹ̀wà náà ti wọ́n. Gàrí ọ̀gá ti di 1-2. Ó ti sú mi orílẹ̀-èdè ti sú mi báyìí kan ní ọba àtẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ní ọlá yìí ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ ni wọ́n ka o ẹ̀kọ́ Awólọ́wọ̀ wọn ka àlera máa ń sùkúù mọ́ ayé yóò dáa ó ti sú wa o wọ́n bá wá nǹkan sí i àti pólítì ẹ rí pé orí mi gan ti pa ó ti sú wa o orílẹ̀-èdè wọn bá wá nǹkan ṣe sí o ráìsì ti gàrí ti 1-2 mo tún gbọ́ pé ráìsì ti di 80,000 àpò wọ́n bá wá nǹkan ṣe sí i táwọn bá tún wá bẹ́ẹ̀ rẹ̀ pọ̀ báyìí kó 680 700 là ń rà kí ló dé kí la ṣe àwọn akórópè gbogbo ẹ̀pọ̀ ní ọmọ gbóná lálẹ́ táwọn ọmọ mi wẹ̀ tiẹ̀ pẹ́pẹ́ káwọn ọmọ lànà àní rí kankan epo náà ní gbà lọ owó sukùl bí sàmà mi wò rí san báyìí.
It's too much. This finance is too much for this country. Please, if government work, if they cannot protest, we Yaloja, we go open our yacht, we go open our bread, we go protest. Too much stubbornness is too much for this country. But before you win self, you go suffer. The stubbornness is too much. Please, make them find solution for this shit. It's too much. Gary 2,000 naira. This is why my father bought me. I did not buy 1,000 naira piece of Gary. They're selling it 2,000 naira now. It's too much. The stubbornness is too much. Even the rice, the Rika one rice of 1,200 naira. For what reason? It's too much to buy meat. Even the commerce I dry rice off. Two fish for the cargo. Or to cargo 1,200 naira. 3 of pieces of.
I have nothing new to say.
People are hungry.
Let them die. It's their fault. Yeah, I'm supporting Tinubu 100%.
You're supporting Tinubu.
100% to deal with Nigerians. People like you. So that when next election comes, I will now see whether when people bring money, you will vote for them or you will do your conscience.
Very clear. We made a declaration saying that it's too late for restructuring in Nigeria. You remember in 1962, there was a massive problem in Nigeria when Olayomi was arrested. Our people talked to us. There was crisis for over 4 years that led to the coup. There was a Yoruba meeting of elders called the Yoruba Leaders of Thought. We relented. The thing continued. Yoruba has continued to lose ground since that time. In 1993, there was the annulment of the June 12 election. Shiju, the former Oni, spoke and said Yoruba should go ahead and conduct an election. We did. It led to nothing. The same thing happened in 1998, just before the handover to the democratic elected government. Yoruba did not want to go for anything like Nigeria again. But then it failed. Look at where we are. Yoruba have been losing ground since 1914, and we are just tired. We are not for restructuring. It's too late for restructuring in Nigeria. It's too late for Sovereign National Conference. It's too late for resource control. What we want now is Oduduwa Republic. And we are very categorical about that. We have made that very clear. We have made declarations, and we are very serious about our demands. Every region just go to its own tent. Yoruba wants to be on its own because the problem that Yoruba has is Nigeria. Nigeria is the problem, is the impediment to Yoruba development. It's the impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1960, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they're always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
And I believe that is where we will now kickstart. And I say good evening and welcome once again. It is just coming up to 6:25 p.m. local time in London. 5 days from now, those that believe in Christmas will be celebrating around the world. And those that doesn't believe, still celebrate, depending on what part of the world you are. I live in Europe, and as a Muslim, I will be celebrating Christmas. As a traditionalist, I will also be celebrating Christmas. And that is the kind of society that I have lived, and I believe many people will understand the importance of tolerance in religion. But the current state of things in Nigeria right now will not give you the room for religion tolerance. And as the Yorubas are clamoring to be free from the bondage of the current state of things in Nigeria, our religion has also been affected within the context of Nigeria, in Yoruba land. Most often with Bomo Yoruba, as we have stated according to what our leader, Professor Adebanji Akitoye, have said, all our problems can be resolved within 40 years with this document that I've been reading in the last month on this platform. Gbogbo problem tó ń ṣe wá pátá is inside this document. Regardless of gbogbo tí ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń sọ fún wa pé why read it in English and not in Yoruba? If I have the extra funding as I am asking for, these would also be translated in Yoruba as quickly as possible. But for now, lack of fund means lack of resources to work with. I am not the only Koiki Media. We have dedicated team that are working night and day, but with little resources, very minimal resources. But in 4 years, this channel has proven to millions of people that it is capable to handle the storms, whether the one that we saw 4 years ago, àbí ìta ṣe ń rí tó ṣe ń dé. We have looked at all the storms, but the good thing is pé adé bàbá kan tọ́lọ́run fi kẹ́ wa tí a dẹ̀ ń bẹ Elédùmarè pé kí ọlá ẹ̀mí bàbá náà gùn fún wa. Professor spoke to me almost every other day, if not daily. We are having conversation. It's a privilege that millions of you will love to have access to. And kò ń ṣe tíyàn lè abuse. Kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe tíyàn lè fọwọ́ rẹ́ pé olórí movement ń báyàn sọ̀rọ̀. It's a privilege. Each time he calls me, I feel so excited inú mi máa ń dùn gan. Gbogbo tí bá ń ṣe ní moment yẹn, mo máa ń feel 200 times happier after the call. Because kò ń ṣe bàbá Akíntóyè nìkan ni àgbàlagbà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Bàbá yìí dẹ̀ rí the future nígbà kan nínú Nigeria during the Second Republic, when they were working hard, extremely hard to turn Nigeria into where millions of us will never have the privilege to travel outside. Any privilege here because we will be too busy in our country called Nigeria that we will not have the same bàbá yìí that wá jáde fún wa pé their hope was dashed away in the storm. Kò ń ṣe lẹ́ni láti rí storm. Kí ló ń pè ní storm? Ẹ bá mi kọ́ lédè Yorùbá. I won't start calling names on the broadcast, but I can pick your comment at random. Not that we are fojú pa yín rẹ́. When we are sitting here, and I'm sure many of you want to listen and gain something. Wọ́n ní èjì. Ẹ ṣe gan bàbá wa Waris Chinadu. Èjì. Kò ń ṣe lẹ́ni ló ti ń jà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ta lèmi tí mo fẹ́ wá máa ṣe analysis fún yín pé èjì tá rí ní ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí àìtí rírú ẹ̀ rí àbí àní rírú ẹ̀ mọ́. Irọ́ là ń pa fúnra wa, a sì máa rírú ẹ̀. Ọ̀nà tí a lè jẹ́ kí èjì kó má jà púpọ̀ mọ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá òun ni pé ká listen sí bàbá Akíntóyè at this time. Ká ràn lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú gbogbo ohun tólúkálukú wa bá ní. Ká succumb fún, ká gbà fún. Wọ́n lè má ti fún wa ní Yorùbá nation. I am privileged, but I am not going to abuse my privilege. But one thing I know is that in 2021, I bought a ticket. Láti lọ rí bàbá nílé. Many of you have money more than me. Ní got pé kẹ́tẹ̀ lọ bá bàbá yẹn ní Benin Republic. Pé bàbá in tí ẹ gbé dání, ṣé a máa rí ọ̀nà àbáyọ nínú ẹ̀? Àbí ọ̀nà wà nínú ẹ̀? Some of you have resources to do it. You don't need to be there for weeks, months. You can do a U-turn. Mom said they U-turn Los America in the 80s. She would travel on Friday. She would be back in Nigeria on Sunday. Many of you can do it, but you refuse. Rather, at 89, instead of us to give him the push with all our knowledge and let him use the fatherly knowledge to guide us. A lot of people say, Koda, ó ti ń pẹ́. Mo ní kò pẹ́. It's just that many Yoruba people nílé, they love the current state of things as it is. Olówó nífẹ̀ẹ́ nǹkan tó ń lọ nílé. Mẹ̀kúnnù gan prefer bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ nílé. So ìjì ṣì máa máa jà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Regardless of whatever our prayer goes in direction. Èjì dẹ̀ ti ń jà kó tó bírú àwa ni wọ́n ní èjì yẹn ti ń jà. So brain mélòó ló wà lórí tèmi? Ariwo mélòó ni mo fẹ́ máa pa tí mo fẹ́ sọ fún yín pé in tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, the storm, èjì tó ń jà will continue until we all make ourselves ready to stop it. Kò ń ṣe olóyè Ìgbòho nìkan ló máa stop it. But he is the figure that we know that is prepared to make it happen if we give him the support. And what support are we talking about? Gbogbo support tó kù nísìn is financial. Anything less than that is not going to make any impact in this movement. Ẹni mi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo tó ń dá ìrìn àjò ìdúró nísìn is financial support. Ẹni Koiki ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo tó kù tó ń dá wa dúró nísìn is the financial support. And nothing can be done without the financial support. If you like, you go and buy data and data and data to watch programs. Bí àwọn kan bá mọ̀rọ̀ sọ dáadáa, it's not going to give you the Yoruba nation. That is where we are right now. And you've got the fact from me. Owó ló kù tó ń dá dúró. Owó ló kù tó ń dá ìrìn àjò ìdúró. Without the money, we can't move to the next stage quickly. And And that stage is very important. The stage to create the publicity, the stage to work with our international partners, the stage to continue to tell the world in our own language, ìdí tá a ṣe fẹ́ kúrò ní Nigeria. And that is where we are right now. But I greet many of you that don't have. But lọ́kàn yín ẹ̀ ń wò pé, but àwọn kan ní now, why are they not going to help? Because they are not interested in the èjì. Ṣé èjì ni àbí ìjì tó ń jà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? It took your government approximately 24 hours to respond to the ìjì tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, because kò ń ṣe government wa. And I'm trying not to go into that ìjì. So I'll use the word ìjì because ìjì kò ń ṣe bẹ́yẹn nìkan ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Èyí tẹ́ rí ní gbogbo yín ṣe ń react. I am not reacting in that way because multiple millions of our people are going through the same ìjì tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí. But ààrí physically, ààrẹ gbọ́ sétí torí ààrẹ ní sọ fún wa. But àwa mọ̀, ẹ̀yin náà dẹ̀ mọ̀. So don't overreact. Just control your BP because we need many of you to be alive to witness Yoruba Nation. We need many of you to be alive to witness Yoruba Nation. Yes, ìjì tó ń lọ ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá are very disastrous, very painful, but it is not going to stop. Prayer ò lè dá dúró, ọ̀rọ̀ sísọ ò lè dá dúró. The only thing that can stop it is to exit Nigeria peacefully. Peacefully. Mo kí brother mi, ẹ jẹ́ n kọ́kọ́ kí àwa, I will just greet the medias alone that are spotted. Mo ò fojú pa gbogbo ẹni tó kù rẹ̀. Mo kí Aṣàtìṣe, because tí bá kí the next person, tí mo kí Aṣàtìṣe, mo disrespect ìyá wa, mo dẹ̀ disrespect obìnrin. Mo wá kí brother mi Pavilion. Pavilion sọ fún mi láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ nígbà tí mo send audio sí wọn pé bàbá Koiki kí ló dé tẹ́ ṣe àwọn kíní ní Yorùbá. Apparently I will have used my phone to replay the audio discussion I have with him this morning. Mo ní èmi ò gbọ́ Yorùbá tó lọ tó yẹn. Yorùbá tèmi ń sọ yìí. Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo hold on to it after 25 years. Ẹlòmíì kúrò ní Nàìjíríà within 1 month kò fi sọ Yorùbá mọ́. So ilé tí mo ṣe ń sọ yìí, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyá tí mo bá nígbà tí mo dé UK ní 1998. Tó bá yẹ pé nígbà tí mo dé, mọ́mísí mi ò sọ Yorùbá lọ títí, tó yẹ pé àwọn náà ti ń sọ patois, àbọ̀ ti ń sọ èdè míì tó jẹ́ English, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká sọ Yorùbá nulẹ̀, èmi gan lè má gbọ́ Yorùbá mọ́. And I told my brother Pavilion TV that I would have loved to speak in Yoruba, but èmi ò lè ṣe àyàn gbé fún ẹ. Mo pass Yoruba mi kan lọ títí ní secondary school. But there are people that can do it, that can help us to get these worthies. This is the Yoruba Nation that we are waiting for. Whether you like it or not, gbogbo document Yoruba Nation tó lè fún wa ní peace of mind. Òun ni document mo gbé dání sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. I have studied, I have read through everything, and gbogbo problem tó ń ṣe Yorùbá lẹ́ni pátá ló wà nínú ẹ̀. Every details of the problem that can be resolved within 40 years. And that is what we have been dissecting and been reading. So mi ò fẹ́ wà in the storm tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. I don't want to get carried away because my focus is Yoruba Nation. Because yes, many people are going to talk about it. But after 3 weeks, it goes quiet until another one starts again. But on a daily basis in Yoruba land, we are losing nothing less than 200 children. Ẹni Koiki ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́ni o, ní gbogbo Southwest, we are losing nothing less than 200 children on a daily basis. So kí ló wá ń fún wa ní this, that something happened and then we're all going cuckoo. I am not going cuckoo. Èmi ò go cuckoo. Because the one that is happening on a daily basis, we should make sure that we resolve it by pulling out of the structure. Don't in Nigeria. And that will minimize major problem that we are facing. Do you know how many childbirths that is taking place in Yoruba land? tó jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń ṣàwọn ẹ̀yà míì o ní gbogbo ilé ìwòsàn wa kankan tí ẹni tó fẹ́ bímọ débẹ̀ tí kò rọ́mọ bí. Nigeria is number 1 in the world death in during the birth. Pé èèyàn fi lọ bímọ guarantee yẹn ó wà 0. Ìyẹn kan. Do you know how many people are giving birth in Yoruba land on a daily basis tí kò succeed? Ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ iye àwọn ọmọ tó ń lọ ní ẹ̀mí wọn ń lọ lójoojúmọ́ látara pé wọ́n rí jẹ iná ni that just died and nobody talks about them? Do you know how many people die in the motor accident? I was giving you the statistics. People die in the UK. Don't get me wrong, like I always say. There was a fatal accident. I don't think I have the paper anymore. Anonymous car. A 19-year-old boy, ní Louis, ọmọ òyìnbó, ó gbé BMW. 1 year ló ṣe gba license. Ó dẹ̀ deactivate gbogbo sensor tó wà lára BM yẹn pé mọ́tò tó ń build so that when things goes wrong, that car can still be in stability. Nigeria will not be in the stability because what it deactivated problem tó ń bẹ nínú Nigeria. It has been deactivated. And they are not ready to activate it back, to put it back for stability. So gbogbo tó lọ nínú Nigeria, ìjì, which is the 20th 12 2024. This message is for Reuben Abari. Because tó bá jẹ́ pé èèyàn tó ní làákàyè ni ìwọ máa gbẹ́nu ṣùkùnù, ẹnu wèrè, ẹnu jàǹfààní ẹ, ẹnu tó dàbí ẹnu fòrò adìyẹ, wàá lanu sílẹ̀. Wàá sọ pé Igboho pé lẹ́tà tó kọ, statement tó kọ síta. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Because what it deactivate the problem is, this young boy, somebody is confirming that story. Where I born in the UK, Idris. He was smoking balloon as well as while driving. He was driving at 96 miles an hour in a 30-mile zone. Accident happened. Only drive. But into my motor yẹn lọ́wọ́, wọ́n know fúnra rẹ̀ ti deactivated. Who deactivated Nigeria stability? Ta ló yọ inti ẹ̀mí Nigeria tó jẹ́ kó dúró, tó jẹ́ kó stable, kó lúkàlùkù máa gbádùn, ká ná àlàáfíà, kí ilé ayé rọrùn fún gbogbo wa. Ta ló deactivated? Who deactivated it? And why did they deactivate it? Who and why? Ìbéèrè méjì. Who deactivate the problem that millions of Yoruba people are facing today and the rest of those calling themselves Nigerians? And why? This 19-year-old boy, he survived it. He has been sentenced to 9 years in the prison. He was driving and he was already on high drugs. So when most of us are here sitting back and following Professor Adebanji Akintoye, because we saw something in Inti Baba Yinso, but the future in Nigeria is no longer there. It has been deactivated. And there is no amount of effort that we put in it. Because Sigbobo brain power Yoruba, to le wonu Nigeria, to le revive it. Tinubu cannot do nothing. Even if he wants to, and I use the word if, even if he has the intention to rectify the problem, that problem of Nigeria has already been deactivated. And that is the reason why this is the document. It can be amended. It can be reviewed. But the problem to ṣe Yoruba pátá látòkè délẹ̀ is inside this document prepared by Professor Akintoye. Ó wá dùn mí pé òyìnbó lèmi fi ń ṣe tèmi. Àwọn platforms tó gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa tí bàbá Akintoye bẹ̀ gbogbo wa pé ká lọ máa ka kíní fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. They didn't talk about it. Everybody kept quiet. I am not here to question all other media. But mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá mọ̀ pé gbogbo wa ni bàbá Akintoye bẹ̀ pé ká lọ máa ka kíní sí létí. Bóyá á wọnú etí ẹlòmíì báwọn bá ṣe ń gbé kalẹ̀ because bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe gbé kalẹ̀ ó lè yàtọ̀. Majority of them maybe forgot, or maybe they were too busy with other things that was relevant. But the only thing to relevant as at the time tí bàbá ìgbé kíní ilé wa lọ́wọ́ òun ni pé ká lọ máa ka the good news path to prosperity in our orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. In tó lè fún wa ní ìdùnnú, tó lè fún wa ní peace, pé tabate pull out kúrò nínú country, we would have the prosperity that we can see. But nígbà táwọn èèyàn gbọ́, ní gbọ́ ṣe lè gbọ́ dáadáa torí òyìnbó lèmi fi ń ṣàtẹ̀mí àdèmọ̀ pé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá majority àwọn ìyàwó ògbóyìnbó. But like I said, I am not here to question any other platform. But èmi ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kó question platform tèmi, whether we are doing it sake or showcase, or bóyá torí pé èmi wà ní UK, or bóyá torí pé mo gbóyìnbó tátàtà, or bóyá torí pé mo fẹ́ kẹ́ feel pé mi ni mo. I told you that I will be the last man standing. Kò tí sẹ́ni náà. When the time comes, I will be in the front. I have told you that. My wife is already aware. My children are aware of that. Ìyẹn ṣe tí mo ṣe máa sọ fún wọn. Mo ti prepare mind wọn pé nígbàkígbà tó bá ti lu aago, I, your father, must be in the forefront. Mo ti sọ yẹn fáwọn ọmọ tèmi bí. Because it is important that they know the reason why you're fighting for this cause. So tonight, I am only here to tell us to remain focused and calm and donate, not to me alone, but towards the movement. Because owó nìkan ló ń dárin àjò ìdúró nísìn. I know that because I am behind the scene. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, and whether they agree with us or not, it does not matter. Ìjì kan ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, òun ní Nàìjíríà. Ìjì kan péré tó ń affect gbogbo wa, òun ní Nàìjíríà. But àwọn tó mọ̀wé jù wá lọ, tó ní PhD, they will come with all kind of different narratives and tell us that the world is facing millions of problems. Bóyá yẹn kàn wá. Because let me tell you, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ mọ̀ bí nǹkan ṣe ń work internationally. You might not like the Biafra. You might not agree with them. In as much as the situation tó ń lọ ní Syria is a worst case scenarios, depending on which side of angle ẹ fi ń gbọ́ ẹni tó ń lọ níbẹ̀. The government has collapsed. Anytime America fi bounty lé lórí as a terrorist, I can tell you that the American government has paid their first visit to Syria. Yes, you had it right. The first representative to lọ ṣaṣojú America ó ti lọ sí Syria. But the same person, America sọ fún gbogbo wa pé òun ni terrorist. Kí wá ní America tó fẹ́ ní ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn yẹn? Torí pé the world needs each other. And wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé for something to happen, something must also come together. And why am I bringing this up? Only pé we are not a terrorist. We are not secessionists. And let me quickly, before I go further, respond to Okoya. I want you to take a screenshot of this or video recording and send it to me as quickly as possible. Reuben Abari. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and I'm sure you've known me because you've seen my videos and you have watched me from behind the scene. I'm talking about Reuben Abari, one of the anchor on the Arise TV. You've used your mouth to again call Igboho an illiterate after Igboho wrote a press release regarding the attack by Shetima, the VP, on Kemi Badenoch. Let me tell you, Reuben Abari, that we know where you stand as many of the criminal politicians, because you're one of them, another criminal politicians that decided to start what we called anchor program on a daily news or daily morning program called Arise Sunrise that you anchor with the rest of the team. We are not surprised because you are part of the problem, and you know that very well, that you are one out of many problems by deceiving innocent Nigerians that there is still a country called Nigeria. You are well read because I know that, but you are a very stupid, idiotic, bomb bastard Yoruba man, which I still doubt whether you are. Because tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà ni wọ́ tó ń ṣolórí burúkú bomb bastard ọmọ àlè tí kò ní dá fún àwọn tó bí ẹ tó bá dẹ̀ ṣì wà láyé. Because you know definitely that Igboho is not fighting more than a justice fight for the millions of the people tí Boko Haram and terrorists don't pa lójoojúmọ́ that the VP is aware of. But you decided to play to the hands of your dirty politics. And you think that politics is what we are playing here. Let me tell you again, Reuben Abari, tread carefully, because history will remember every single one of us. If you are eating out of Nigeria today, does not mean that Nigeria will not end. I, Olayomi Koiki, telling you by the will and the power of the creator of Yoruba land, by the mothers of Yoruba land, by the fathers of Yoruba land, that Nigeria will dissolve while you are alive. And I want you to take note of today's date, which is the 20th, 12th, 2024. This message is for Reuben Abari. Because tó bá jẹ́ pé èèyàn tó ní làákàyè ni ìwọ máa gbẹ́nu ṣùkùnù, ẹnu wèrè, ẹnu jàǹfààní, ẹnu tó dàbí ẹnu fùrọ̀ adìyẹ, wàá lanu sílẹ̀. Wàá sọ pé Ìgbòho pé lẹ́tà tó kọ, statement tó kọ síta. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́, wàá lanu gbàgàdà síta, wàá máa sọ yẹn lẹ́nu tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹni tó ní làákàyè tó ń ṣe kó ti ní àrùn ọpọlọ. Torí pé ẹni tó bá ní àrùn ọpọlọ gan sẹ̀, ó gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹni tí olóyè Ìgbòho ń béèrè fún, ẹni tó ń jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ ìní. And which you know very well, because self-determination is an inalienable right. And we know, ó mọ̀ dájú pé àwọn tó ń ṣe jàǹbá fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá, ilẹ̀ north ló ti wá. Mo wá ń bi Reuben Abari, ẹ bá mi bí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ̀, tẹ́ bá súnmọ́ lórí burúkú ẹ̀, pé ṣé Elédùmarè Ọlọ́run ló dá Nàìjíríà ni? A ní Ọlọ́run kọ́ ló dá Nàìjíríà. Tẹ́yin bá ń jẹ nínú Nàìjíríà, it is fine. Àwọn ò ní láti jẹ nínú Nàìjíríà. But a fẹ́ lọ jẹ tabadélẹ̀ Yorùbá, torí pé àmọ̀ kí tabadélẹ̀ Yorùbá, a ní need láti máa tọrọ jẹ, a ní láti mọ̀yàn, a ní láti mọ̀yàn ká tó débi tá ń lọ. You worked in the government before, and we know how this works. Àmọ́ gbogbo lè tí gbogbo yín ti jà nígbà tẹ́ bá nínú government. Ó wá ń rò pé ó lè lo platform torí pé ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti fẹ́ fi bring Olóyè Ìgbòho down. I have just given you the first bit. Program I call Mubawale Ale. But I want you to know that you will hear more from me and my team. In this social media, when it comes to Olóyè Ìgbòho, kò sí bàbá ẹni náà tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ Olóyè Ìgbòho tí mo lè jáde fún yín. Even if he's the president, even if he's the vice president, I will come out for every single one of you. Olóyè ò tí disrespect Tinubu. Ó ń wọ́n ní Tinubu pé kó bá òun sọ fún Shettima kò tí pọ̀ jù. I can tell Kisama, I can call him out at any time, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and tell him that into Sheyi, into Soy, it is wrong. So, ìwọ wá ń jáde, ó ń sọ pé Olóyè ò mọ tó ń sọ, olórí burúkú ààrẹ, ìwọ ló mọ tó ń sọ. And I'll just leave it like that for now. Olayomi Koiki ló ń pè mí, wò mí dáadáa. Koiki Media. Bomb bastard. Let's come back to the program. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin wa pé we have to go like that. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin wa, tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa. The only problem tí a fi ní experience ìjì, I hope I'm pronouncing it very well. Tí n bá pronounce it, ẹ bá mi correct it. Ìjì, I-G-I. Ẹ ṣé gan, Mr. Reuben Abari. Is for us now to look quickly. Olóyè àti Tinubu ò bára wọn jà. Ìntọ́lóyè gbé dání àti bàbá Kítóyè ó yàtọ̀ sí tí Tinubu gbé dání. Ìntí Tinubu gbé dání ni pé òun fẹ́ run government. Government tóun dẹ̀ fi run, òun fẹ́ fi ṣàánú mẹ̀kúnnù. Òun fẹ́ fi ṣàánú Nigerians. Òun dẹ̀ fẹ́ fi make Nigeria to be a better place. I do not agree with that. Because I know that there is no amount of effort that President Tinubu can put in place to stop and resolve the problems of Nigeria. because ìjì tó ń jà nínú Nigeria is not going to end anytime soon. And this is the reason why we are calling out every sons and daughters of Yoruba land and those outside to please let us look inwards. The problem that I experience lately. It is not one problem. And I'm going to read the content of these Babakitoye, the good news path to prosperity in our orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Mo wá fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́yìn tẹ́ ní làákàyè tí mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo yín ní torí Ọlọ́run ló fún alẹ́ ẹ̀bùn yẹn. Depending on what sector you work, depending on which part of Yoruba land or outside you are, we are the most sophisticated human beings tọ́lọ́dúnmarè to create. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run pé ó fún gbogbo wa ní làákàyè, inner knowledge, whether you are educated or you are not. When I'm going to read all this content out, it's 35. I want us to listen to it, but not number one. You feel pé ó affect ilẹ̀ Yorùbá in the reverse. Number one, when I start reading it, which of the numbers would you or do you think that Koiki, some of these things to kayi, ó dà pé number 5 yìí, number 10 yìí, òun gangan ló affect wa. I believe that every single one of this content, in reverse to the current Nigeria anymore, so is affecting us. But you can disagree with me. But the reason why we are still on the program tonight is fundraising. I don't want to lose focus. Because ìjì tó ń jà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, ìjì tí kò ní tán àfi tá bá kúrò ní Nigeria. And we pray that gbogbo ẹ̀mí tí ó ti lọ àti tó máa lọ lọ́la àti tó máa lọ lálẹ́ torí Nàìjíríà kí Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ káwọn ẹ̀mí yẹn dìde kó béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó jẹ́ kí ẹ̀mí yẹn kó jáde. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin, the fathers that pray, the mothers that pray in all our religion, because ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, we are peaceful religious people. And I want us to remain peaceful. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká gbọ́ra wa yé, ká gbọ́ra wa in the reverse way, à ń tàwọn síra wa. I know a lot of people are talking about religion today. Some of them will not live in Europe. Wọ́n lè náà wọ́n gbé ní Europe. But most of you tẹ́ ń gbé ní Europe, ẹ máa rántí pé there is what they call religious tolerance. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí storm, ìjì tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, ẹ má jẹ́ kó sọ fún yín pé ìṣẹ̀ṣe wọ́n máa abandon ẹ̀. Muslim ò ní sí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, Christian ò ní sí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Those three religions, you cannot eradicate them out of Yoruba land. Fact lẹ́gbọ́n yẹn, olúkálùkù máa ṣe tiẹ̀ ni. Bí wọ́n ṣe lọ ń bá pastor fàdúrà, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹni tó ní right láti lọ bá babaláwo pé kó báwọn náà ṣe àdúrà. Ẹni tó ní àfáà lọ́wọ́ ó ní right. Religion is not our problem now. Our major obstacle is the ìjì tí àwọn tí bí ṣe sọ lẹ́ǹkan, it has been deactivated. The reason why Nigeria is not working, it has been deactivated. Like I said in the accident, Timoni àwọn ọmọ mẹ́ta kan ṣaláìsí ní last year. Ẹni tó drive mọ́tò yẹn, ó deactivate the beam that has the stability to take control during an accident. So gbogbo tó ń fa accident tá à ń rí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí, gbogbo tó ń mú accident jáde is because people or countries or individuals, groups of people purposely deactivate Nigeria to work. And we understand. They don't want it to work. Ẹ jẹ́ káwa release it fún wọn. Káwa jẹ́ kí Nigeria máa lọ. And like I said again, 200 people. If I have more, it's fine. But I need àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ mi níbí báyìí tó jẹ́ pé ẹ mọ̀ pé tẹ́ ẹ báyìí tẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ Koiki gan sef. Grandma kan pè mí láti Canada pé Koiki àgbúrò ẹ̀ mo ní yes, I've been busy. And I'm busy. Only as long as Tabagbu, hey, the mama gbúrò me because I am online 24/7. The only thing is I was not live like this physically. I was releasing my audio at 4 o'clock this morning. That shows that even though you didn't see me, my wordings, my audio were still traveling on a daily basis on all the social media because EBT power hour is in here, the social media. If you are not following me on Twitter, which is known as X, the handle is Koiki Media. If you're not following me on Instagram, I don't make money out of all these channels. So you're not going there just because you think that we are begging you to go there and follow us. We only want you to follow us there so that you can keep up with everything that we are saying and we are discussing in all our platforms. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ̀ Reuben Abari, ẹ sọ fún pé kó ṣọ́ra pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ olóyè Igboho, torí olóyè Igboho ò ṣẹ́, kó má fẹnu ara ẹ̀ jáwáyà. But one thing is, we are coming again to discuss about Reuben Abari in some other programs. Now, let's go swiftly to the content. All these are the problems of Yoruba land today. And all these can be resolved if Taba decide that we want to go. So 200 dedicated Koiki Media members. I want you to reach out to me and say, Koiki, this is my own 200. Don't mention my name. I'm not going to mention anybody's name on the line. But what I would do is I'll record every numbers of people that come to me. And I will archive it as I'm doing a lot of my archive. And I'll also use it in the future. And if you want me to also come and mention your name and appreciate you, I will do so. But I'm sure many of you will not want that. I need that 200 dedicated Koiki Media fans. Koiki, they're about to go Koiki by. Yes, confirm Lily. 200. And I need you to please. I know you are in the Christmas mood. There's a lot of money you're spending, but we need it as quickly. I want the money to come in bulk because in Timofey, we still need cars. We need bus. We need a lot of things. 2025 for me is the publicity year to go one extra mile. Ati sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa, a sì tún máa sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa, a dẹ̀ ní sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀yin Yorùbá máa ní a ní sọ̀rọ̀ tán. But I want to do things in another angle from the media. We need a lot of money, but if I have my first 200, at least, mama pe itoba den wọlé ní méjì mẹ́ta, we will also take it. Kò wá mí pé 200 nìkan. If anybody wants to help, few people have reached out. Koda, Baba can send 5,000. And he was even saying that, Kima Bino, I called them and said, 5,000 to me is a lot of money. If 1 million people are giving us 5,000, and you go Magburo, Kinimoso, and you go Magburo, and you go Magburo, Ejeka, Kademobe. Jao, tẹ́lẹ̀ mo sọ pé a máa jà àjà mọ́ rárá torí pé mo rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ ìjà ò tí sí nínú nǹkan tó wà ńlẹ̀ nísìn in tó wà ńlẹ̀ nísìn ni pé ìjì tó ń jà yẹn gangan ìjì yẹn lẹ̀ àwọn fi bá jà torí ìjì kan jà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ń lọ sọ́tún tó ń lọ sósì. How do we fight the storm? Ní Amẹ́ríkà láwọn tó ń gbé ní Florida bí Aziz àwọn ìlú kan wà journalist máa ń tẹ̀lé storm ni èmi fẹ́ tẹ̀lé ìjì yẹn níbikíbi tí ìjì yẹn bá wà mo fẹ́ tẹ̀lé lọ ní 2025 láṣẹ Èdùmàrè gbogbo tó bá gbà láfi fún. But lè ṣe tí kò bá sí owó bóun yìí ká tó jẹ́ ká wá pariwo títí di next year we will come back again next year and say we need money. Yeah, it lọ. We have spoken well. We have done very well. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó lè sọ pé ní 2024 yóò àgbọ̀n kankan ìrọ̀lẹ́pa ẹgbọ́n mẹ́wàá. Kò sí kódà kò tí ì sí ìlú náà lágbàáyé tọ́mọ náà wọn ò gbọ́ Yorùbá nation. Mo ò tí ì rí ìlú náà. Títí dé Ecuador, títí dé Afghanistan, Iraq, kò tí ì sí ìlú náà. What we need now is to go after the storm in 2025. We go after that. Tí storm tó bá sọ pé hurricane kìíní kan oríṣiríṣi orúkọ ló wà. I remember when Aziz arrived in London, they were having one of the biggest storm in Florida. Journalists máa ń tẹ̀lé storm ni. You don't run away from storm. Ọmọ àlè journalist ló máa ní ìjìnjà òun sá fún. Èyí ò ń ṣe journalist. And I've told you I am not one of those your V-blogs or bloggers. I am a full journalist that is committed to Yoruba nation to the core. A máa tẹ̀lé ìjì yẹn ní 2025, but a lè tẹ̀lé tá a bá rówó. So don't expect pé ká tẹ̀lé ìjì tí kò sówó. A kàn máa wá ṣe our normal awareness. But many lives were lost in 2025. Ẹ̀mí máa tún sọnù rẹpẹtẹ. Ìjì tó lọ tí gbogbo wa ń tàn di gègé 200 people by every day nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tẹ́ ẹ bá mọ̀. Èèyàn 200 ni ẹ̀mí ń jábọ́ lára wọn lójú. Ọmọ kékeré ni mo sọ kò sí àgbàlagbà o. So báwo lè ṣe fẹ́ react yẹn? People like us nígbà tá a kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ a máa ń sunkún a máa ń sunkún mọ́. Wọ́n náà ti àgbàlagbà àmọ́ mọ́ra ni. I'm not coming here to cry for anything because ẹkún tá à ń sun nínú Tabani kama susita ati so di comedy. Ìjì tó ń lọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá is not ending anytime soon. I'm gonna quickly charge this phone because it's running out of juice. Mo dẹ̀ sí ní ìlú tí kò sí náà, ìlú tí náà wà lèmi wà. So mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Mo kí dáadáa pé ó kú àdúrótì. Ó kú ìrọ̀ àti parí. Ó kú àdúrótì. Mo kí ìyàwó àti ọmọ wọn ṣe brain surgery. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà nísìn wọ́n ti ní kí Koiki wá bá mi tọrọ owó. Wọ́n send fídíò ọmọ náà sí mi. Mo kí ẹ sísítà mi kú oríire. Mo ní dárúkọ ìlú náà. Mo kí pé kú oríire. Pé ẹ wà nílùú tí a ní láti wá tọrọ owó fún yín. Wọ́n send fídíò sí mi ni. Mo kí pé kú oríire. Ìlú tó dalẹ̀ yín wà. Ṣé ń dárúkọ ìlú náà ni? Tí bá dárúkọ ìkókó ní mọ̀ wọ́n. Àwọn ìlú tí wọ́n mọ value ẹ̀mí èèyàn. Bọ́n ní bá ṣe ń gbé wọn dé hospital bá eléyìí ti kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n operate lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Níjọ́ tó gbé dé hospital náà operate wọ́n sọ díjọ́ kejì. Àwa tọrọ owó fún wọn lórí social media. That is the kind of what I want for every one of us, including ìwọ tó ń wò mí. I might not agree with Mayegun all the time, but like I said in this my house, as long as ìyàwó mi bá ṣe ń wò, mo dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí mi àti ìyàwó mi ká jánu lé. Ntí ìyàwó mi bá ṣe ń fẹ́, mo gbọ́dọ̀ bá fẹ́. So she watched Mayegun like one month àti Mayegun tọ́jọ́ di papọ̀, but she loved Mayegun very well. And tó bá dé wọn Mayegun, I just sit here. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ lórí program ẹ̀kan ní, I think yesterday. Lórí program tó sọ yẹn, ó wà lára problem tá a máa sọ jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà. Ẹni tó lọ́lé, bí a Scotland ẹni yẹn wà ní, I don't know. Malaria lọ́nà ó ṣe, bó ṣe lọ nìyẹn. Diaspora ni o. Fẹ́yìn tí ẹ̀ ń lọ́lé, mo bẹ̀ yín. Take injection malaria. Lo anti-malaria kẹ́ tó gbéra lọ Nàìjíríà. Má rojú owó ntí ẹ máa lọ fi owó ṣe torí pé nílùú yìí tó bá dọ́dọ̀ GP àwọn kan mi wà GP máa ní kó lọ sí private kó lọ ṣe ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé torí a ti use mọ́ freebies náà nílùú yìí indirectly a ti use mọ́ pé ká gba nǹkan lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ fún àyín tẹ́ ń gbà lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ torí èmi ò gba nǹkan lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ níbí báyìí èmi máa ń sanwó nǹkan tèmi lò ní oògùn tèmi lò mo sọ fún yín ìwé tó fáwà kan wọ́n ní no recourse to public no public recourse ó ní right láti tọrọ nǹkan kan nínú public má gbà nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ public ó wá ń sọ nínú ṣú ẹ̀ yẹn bí ọ̀rẹ́ ẹni bí apàdé ẹ̀ iná ṣàkóso gbogbo náà ní kúkú ní pàdé lájẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n àtàbúrò ó ní ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn lọ Nàìjíríà ó lọ ní bí April ó tún padà ó lọ ní May wọ́n ní òtútù ikọ̀ dé ni òtútù ẹ̀ máa wọ̀ òtútù kan púpọ̀ máa dé ọmọ ó gba abẹ lọ ní o kọ́lọ̀ foríjì ẹ̀gbọ́n náà àti àwọn fámìlì wọn tó filẹ̀ akànfẹ́ lè tún ṣe awareness fẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń lọ́lé èmi ò ní kéèyàn kankan máa ti lọ Nàìjíríà o but please ẹ má fi ẹ̀mí ẹ má fi ṣòfò Amẹ́ríkà lè ti fi gbéra ẹ lọ yọjú sí private clinic yẹn kọ́ fún yín ní gbogbo prescription tó jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ní lọ́wọ́ kó má jẹ́ pé orúkọ yín la máa fi ṣe program níbí báyìí o ìjì kan nìyẹn o the system is not working ẹ má lo ọmọ Bọ́lájà Abdullahi ní kí n rán yín létí pé ẹ má lo amoxicillin o mo ti ṣe program lé lórí ṣe pé nígbà tí mo ṣe program NAFDAC jáde níjọ́ kejì wọ́n gbọ́n tá à ń sọ ìtọ́ ẹ̀ káwọn ti ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ làwọn bá wọn ṣe yẹn wọ́n ọ̀dẹ̀ sanwó fún mi ṣe mọ̀ pé immediately tá a ṣe program yẹn tán ẹni tó bá lọ follow ẹ̀ the next day the NAFDAC jáde officially pé amoxicillin is banned in Nigeria mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lẹ́ǹkan sí Ọlọ́run máa foríjì bàbá tó bí mi Alhaji Mojeed Ọmọ́táyọ̀ Koiki òkú ọ̀run rẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ sùn torí pé àwọn tí wọ́n sáré tí ẹ̀mí wọn fi bọ́ torí àmọ́ tá a ṣe pé à ń pètò pé kí àwọn èèyàn wa kó free òun ló ń fa awuyewuye àbí ok wọn ẹni tó bá máa bá kinní kan jẹun síbi ẹ máa gùn ni ẹmẹ ní gbogbo àjọ wà yẹn but ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jẹ́ 200 tẹ jẹ́ ti tèmi 200 mo bẹ̀ yín ni mo mọ̀ pé ní expenses tó pọ̀ gan-an máa send owó sílé but ẹ bọ́jẹ̀tì $100 tèmi mọ́ ìtẹ̀fín ná between now and the end of next month ó pẹ́ jù nìyẹn ká tẹ̀ lè rí substantial amount of figure kan ká tẹ̀ fi ṣe kankan ká fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ so that in the quarter of March a lè máa sọ pé a ti ń ṣe nǹkan kan lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀ o àwọn awareness kan ni o nǹkan kan la fẹ́ ṣe ni o pẹ̀lú media wa eléyìí ń ṣòwò Yorùbá Nation no for the Koiki media to operate with I need that budget so mo bẹ̀ wá 200 mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé you are there in Canada Australia America, Cyprus. Kódà ẹ̀ tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà náà mo mọ̀ pé ẹ tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá ní the $100. Ẹ fún wa ní ìtọ́lọ́run bá bùkún yín. Okay? And we really say thank you so much in advance. Ìlú ìmání every little helps. Ìyàwó mi níjẹta gbogbo àwọn point tó máa ń gbà ti Gregs ni Lidu ni àti Asda ó rí pé mo gbà lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta wá pè mí pé bàbá kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ó máa ń rajà náà tó bá ti lọ ìwọ ń gba point mo ní ẹ mo ní sọ́mọ̀ pé mo upgrade fóònù mi after 3 years ẹ mo jìyà ní after 3 years mo ṣe upgrade fóònù mi pé mo dẹ̀ ti switch sí new phone oníyà jókòó pé ọ̀yà ban punch ọ̀yà Lidu ọ̀yà ó fún mi password ẹ̀ so that màá lè máa gba point. A máa ń sọ nílùú pé every little helps. Lóòótọ́ àwọn kan lè ní àti dáwó Koiki gbogbo owó ta dá náà àárín kankan agreed. But ṣé nísìn ká stop nísìn? A lè stop. Mom sí mi ni mo gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn nígbà tí mo lọ dágbére ní 2021. I remember very well. It was a Friday. Ó kàn wọ́n mi lójú báyìí ni. Because mo mọ̀ kí ti bá sọ fún wọn in advance. Wọn ò ní fi jẹ́ kí n lọ. Mo dé ọ̀dọ̀ mom sí mi ní Friday tí ma travel wá sí Nigeria ní 2021. Pé I am heading out of UK tonight. Ó ní ṣé mo ń ṣeré àbí mo serious? Mo ní mo ti ra ticket. Mo ń lọlé lálẹ́. Ni mom sí mi kàn ṣe ni. Wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá ti tẹsẹ̀ bọ́nú omi ẹ bá mi parí ẹ̀. So mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ kan sí because of the time constraint. Let's play one audio. Ká wá adjust the camera bíbá because mo ní láti charge it. If not, àwọn tí wọ́n wà níbẹ̀ ó lè lọ kó mọ́ wọn lẹ́nu.
So Hausa people, please and please, my people, you have to differentiate between religion and culture and language. You have to differentiate that. Because we mix everything together. We mix Islam, we mix everything, we mix religion, not matter of Islam. Because they even put hate on us. Anybody that is not Muslim, we should not like him, especially the people that are Christian or any religion that are Hausas. They call us Mabuzawa. Non-religionists. And it's a lie. Just it's a propaganda. Because they want to rule us every day. We are like a slave to them. It's not that enough. Now they are killing our people each and every day. They are killing our people each and every day. And their people are not talking. Minister, everything has to do with politics. They are the one. Katsina is Hausa land. The people that are doing governor, like the one I know since I grew up, all of them are Fulanis. The 4 governors are Fulanis. Why? Kano is only one Hausa. All of them are Fulani. Even vice governor is Fulani.
Well, òun lẹ ti gbọ́ tí arábìnrin yẹn tó fẹnu rẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn Fúlàní yẹn tí èyí rò pé wọ́n ní wà strong, they will become strong after President Tinubu has completed his tenure and power return back to the north. Power will never go to the southeast. There's no doubt that anybody, should think that power will return to the southeast. Even Yoruba people will not give them power, not to talk about Fulanis. So let's quickly read through this. The good news, Path to Prosperity in our Orile-Ede Yoruba by Professor Adebanjo Akitoye. Introduction. I'll just read the introduction, then the content. Then Ewamu number T, Eba feel pé ó affect wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ in the current EG. Tó ń lọ nínú ilẹ̀ Yoruba. In the following pages, this is Professor Banjo Akitoye now speaking. I try to present the glorious picture ohun mèremère of our soon-to-come country in tí a máa lè máa emphasize pé so in tá à ń retí lélẹ́yìí tá bá máa gbà kínní in tí ó máa dé bá wa lélẹ́yìí àwọn tó ń bèrè bank Tide I think the account details don't post yẹn Tide ẹ bá mi adjust the back end thing please ẹ bá mi add the Tide mọ́ because Koiki Media Limited yẹn kọ́ lórúkọ account I promote pé lọ́jọ́ iwájú àwa náà máa ní iléeṣẹ́ tó ń pè ní báǹkì tiwa náà tí a máa pè ní Koiki Media but for now àìtí nìyẹn so ó ń confuse àwọn èèyàn tẹ́ ẹ bá fi orúkọ account yẹn sí Tide ní account náà tó bá dẹ̀ pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ san pounds náà ní £100 I need owó yẹn in bulk so that ká tẹ̀ rí revenue to start operation láti fi ṣiṣẹ́ media wa in the new year because we are not financially good. We have not made much this year but gbogbo yín ò mọ̀ ni we manage and tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ rí pé before in between the last 3 weeks I'm sure pé you're going to changes díẹ̀díẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn team wa àbí ṣé mo parọ́ à ń bọ̀ lórí yẹn gbogbo náà lè ṣàrán àwọn team wa díẹ̀díẹ̀ àwa náà push wọn but a gbọ́dọ̀ fi wọ́n ní ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ láti lè jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ yẹn kó erupt dáadáa because àwọn afẹ́ Koiki Media team àwọn afẹ́ tẹ̀lé ìjì yẹn ní 2025 ìjì tó fi hold àwọn ọmọ wa tó fi hold àwọn ìyá yẹn àwọn afẹ́ lọ bá wọn pé báyìí ni gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ọ̀dẹ̀ kan la fi sọ lórí social media mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan ṣe ṣe gan-an èyí tẹ́ ń béèrè ẹni tó bá need account the first 200 people ẹ̀yin tó kù náà máa kọ orúkọ yín sílẹ̀ o àtẹni tó fún wa ní 5,000 but mo mọ̀ pé àwọn 200 kan wà tẹ́ pé bí ṣe ti sọ yìí tí n bá sọ gbà tó òbí wa ní Koiki Ọlọ́run bless àwọn ni $100 is not big deal for them but gbà tí mo béèrè but I'm asking now and I'm pleading so that the first quarter kí ló ń pè ní quarter the first 3 months káwa náà ti ṣe kankan tẹ́ wípé there's a lot of things that can be done in the media publicity for media publicity of the movement. We come back. We open the phone line towards the end of the program. And we are running our full broadcast today. We might even go a little bit extra. You better miss me. You may not miss me. But iṣẹ́ lọ ní background. Tí bá sọ pé iṣẹ́ lọ ní background. Ó lọ ní background. Bishop máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ within the next 30 minutes. A fi sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn globalist. Ẹ má sálọ. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní data. Bí àwọn máa download the video yìí tá bá ṣe tán ni o. Ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní data. Ẹ gbé nǹkan sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Friday ni kò síbi kankan tá à ń lọ àwọn ọmọ òdu ọ̀rẹ́ tí wọlé tó bá wọlé náà èmi mo ní pálọ̀ for now wà lọ sókè pẹ̀lú ìyá wọn ni. In the following pages, I try to present the glorious picture of our soon-to-come country, our orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Bàbá Lẹ́kìtì ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Azeez Gbadéṣeré ó ní kí n máa kí ẹ dáadáa ó ní kí n máa kí ẹ ó láwọn kankan tó tún sọ mo gbọ́dọ̀ sọ yẹn níbí báyìí á dàbí pé Koiki ìwọ náà bá má sọ yẹn màá bá yín sọ yẹn lẹ́yìn. Florida ló wà òun ló wá bá mi ní London tájọ ń jẹ oúnjẹ ní bíbá ó ní máa kí bàbá Lẹ́kìtì fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tẹ́ ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó kù máa pè yín lẹ́yìn máa sọ fún yín ẹ ṣé gan bàbá mi ẹ má yẹ kó sun yín o bàbá Lẹ́kìtì ẹ má yẹ kó rẹ̀yìn mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ń wò yín nílé mo rẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ máa sọ pé ẹ ní ìdówó ẹ ní mi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ má tijú pé ẹ máa sọ fún àwọn diaspora pé kó fund yín ṣẹ̀rá àwọn diaspora kan wà wọ́n wà òkè olúkálùkù àtàwà ní Europe wọ́n mọ̀ tí mo mean by that kò ń ṣe pé wùn mí wà láìka láìsọ́mọ́ bí láìláìláìlá wà tí muslim bá sọ yẹn in tó fi sọ yẹn kò ń ṣe pé ó fi ń ṣeré o chinchin tí mo rà sínú ilé láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ 3 ìyàwó mi nítorí pé ó ní coconut nínú àwọn ọmọ yàn jẹ́ ta ni máa fún jẹ nílùú òyìnbó bí a bí mo máa ń ní kg ni bí a 2 kg ó tà tó ìṣá alẹ́ yìí ni mo ṣe dá síta pé táàárọ̀ làbá mọ́ àwọn ẹyẹ àjẹ́ wàláì chinchin èmi mo fowó ara mi rà èmi náà mélòó mo fi jẹ ń bẹ ìyàwó mi níṣẹ́ gbà tèmi lọ rẹ̀ mi ò rí pé ó ní kó bá mi bá lè ṣe ọkùnrin là wá táwọn bá ti lọ sínú store ká mú nǹkan ká máa bọ̀ ń lé ni kí mo fẹ́ fà bàbá Lẹ́kìtì àwọn kan wà nínú àwọn àtàjọ ń ṣe program wọ́n lè máa pè é ní agbe ẹni agbe nìyí ẹ máa béèrè owó lọ́wọ́ àwọn diaspora kó fund yín iṣẹ́ lẹ̀ ń ṣe nílé tèmi bá ń gbé ní Nàìjíríà mama arábà bàbá ẹ̀yin diaspora ni o it's not easy tẹni tó wà nílé bàbá Lẹ́kìtì ò kúrò nínú ibi tó wà yẹn ó ní tá bá fẹ́ wá gbé òun Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó gbé o ó ní kó wá gbé òun it's not easy ṣèbẹ́ lè sọ pé torí èmi wà níta lèmi ṣe ń dẹnu tàtàtàtà bàbá Lẹ́kìtì tó wà ní ńkọ́ àtàwọn tó kù náà bẹ́ẹ̀ it's not easy it's not easy mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ojú ló ń kán ìbòjì òun máa débẹ̀ tábà gbogbo adábẹ́ débi tá à ń lọ we won't have to be coming on kódà tẹ bá fún wa lówó gan sẹ àtẹnumọ̀ pé fún wa lówó torí àwa náà máa ní lọ́wọ́ àwa náà máa ní lọ́wọ́ kò ń ṣe pé kóhùn àwa náà pé ká lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ká lọ máa rówó ká lọ there is no time dedicated time ta ní òun náà la fi ń ṣe gbogbo tá à ń ṣe brother mi kan ó fi bí ṣe tán fóònù bẹ́ẹ̀ ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pè mí láti Ecuador ọ̀rọ̀ tó pè mí fún ọ̀rọ̀ tó heavy gan ni kò ṣe tí mo lè sọ lórí social media ó ń bá àwọn fa sùúrùtù kan ní Ecuador lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn Yorùbá ń bẹ ní Ecuador èyí tó ń fà yẹn kò ń ṣe ta lè gbé jáde lórí social media bí ṣe tán fóònù mi báyìí ó pè kí ló dé ìwọ nìyàwó mi ni ó ní mo fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ni ó ní èyí lẹ́gbẹ́ Yorùbá nation dání ẹ̀rí náà ṣe rí pé àti wọ wàhálà báyìí bàbá tán fóònù wa wàhálà tàbá pa wàhálà torí pé iṣẹ́ tàgbé dání ni they complain nígbà tó wá ṣàlàyé ó ti pè mí ní last year náà àṣà sọ̀rọ̀ mo ní ó dá yín tó gbé wáyé ó ṣe díẹ̀ ó dá mo tún fún ní nọ́mbà ẹlòmíì ó yà pẹ́ nìyẹn this is what we are dealing with on a daily basis but we are happy because ẹlòmíì náà fẹ́ ṣe kò lọ opportunity ẹ̀ so bàbá Lẹ́kìtì Ọlọ́run bá dúró tì pẹ̀lú àwọn tíìmù àtòkù náà pẹ̀lú gbogbo yín nílé I try to present the glorious picture of our soon-to-come country, our orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Èmi kọ́ ni mo kọ́ kíní Yorùbá kí tó yé ni o. Màá ṣe àyàngbé fún ẹ jẹ́ kí n kàdélẹ̀. Pé Yorùbá mi ò lọ títí náà bí tàwọn tó wà nílé. I try to describe the dreams that impelling millions of Yoruba people and the women in our countries of the world to engage seriously in Yoruba self-determination. Bàbá kí tó yé ni ká engage seriously. Kò ń ṣe pé tẹnu bàbá yìí wà nínú meeting for 3 hours. Àwa la máa ń bẹ bàbá pé ó ti tó. Bàbá ní no. Tàbá tún kọ ìrọ̀lẹ́ ni o. Bàbá bá kúrò ní meeting. Ó tún lọ sínú meeting mi. Tẹ́bá tún pàdé wọn nínú meeting mi. Á tún jókòó síbẹ̀. Kò easy. So bàbá ní every Yorùbá ṣẹ́rẹ́ wọn tẹ́yìn sọ fún tán ní ìrọ̀lẹ́ ìpa yẹn. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó sun yín. Ẹ̀yin ẹ máa tẹ̀ mọ́ wọn létí pé òun nìkan lọ́nà àbáyọ. Òun ní ìjì tó ń jà. A gbọ́dọ̀ engage. Kí ló ń pè ní engage? Kò ń ṣe engage à ń gbé kú mọ́. Ìyẹn mo ṣe ń wọ àbàtì. Ní kí lẹ́ ń sọ lẹ́nu? Àwa ò ń ṣe jàgídíjàgan. Ṣẹ́rí Yorùbá ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà lẹ́yìn ó ti yé gbogbo wa ọgbọ́n àti ibi tó kù sí ṣẹ́rí gbogbo tó lùkàlùkù máa ń sọ gbàgbàgbà ọgbọ́n yẹn náà la máa fi gbé kalẹ̀ but ẹ̀yin tí à ń sọ fún ẹ̀yin ṣáà support media kí media máa kó máa rẹ ẹ máa àlódé sọ níyàn ni ó ní ẹ máa ń sọ fún un pé kò ní rẹ̀ òun kó gbọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ wá kó tó bá rẹ̀ wá tó bá rẹ̀ bàbá Èkìtì ní sin Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe mọ̀ pé náà àwọn olóṣèlú máa dùn bá ṣe ń pariwo yẹn kò convenient fáwọn náà ó ní wọn lára election dẹ̀ ti ń bọ̀ àwa ni káwa náà tètè increase the volume ẹ máa kí volume wa kó lọ́lẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí volume wa kó wá lọ sókè ju ti tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ torí pé election kọ́ ni problem wa solution ni pé ká di amalgamate kó ló kálukú máa lọ ká lọ create neighbor ká lọ create borders ìkan náà àwọn ọmọ wa kan tó ń bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ ó láǹfààní àti travel ìlú tó wà ó ní ọ̀gá mo ní kí ló dé ó ní òun ò rí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì lò mo ní kò sí ni ó ní ìlú tóun wà òun ò lè gba internet òun gbọ́dọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ ìlú tó máa bá òun gbọ́ internet ṣẹlẹ̀ ń tẹ wà ń lé àmọ́ important nǹkan tá a fi gbà yìí èèyàn kan kò dé láti ibi tá a tẹ̀ mọ́ tó ti wá a kò dé láàárọ̀ a tún máa jẹ gàba mọ́ wa lórí ní ilẹ̀ wa nígbà tó bá kọ́kọ́ dé tí ò rí internet lò tó ń béèrè pé where is your identification níbi tó ti fi gba internet èmi mọ̀ yẹn ó wà ní Turkey ó kò lè pa gàríwọ̀ Turkey ní sìnkú ní òfin gba internet kò possible kò ń ṣe Turkey lẹ́nu yẹn wà bọ́mọ̀ ní dárúkọ mi tó wà ó ní wọn jẹ́ kóun ṣe internet sílé ó níbi kan náà wò kí n ṣọmọ ọ̀lù ẹ̀wòrán the important of kí ló ń pè yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ mọ ta ni ẹ́ ẹlòmíà pọ̀ dé láàárọ̀ a máa gbélẹ̀gbélé wa àmọ́ ẹni tó jẹ́ wọ́n ṣe bálabàla bólobòlo ẹ̀wá ní security ó wá lose ó máa lose gbogbo tá a ṣe ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation òun ní the solution to the problems òun la fẹ́ ká yìí ẹ tẹ́tí kẹ bá mi gbọ́ bíbá mo kí gbogbo yín látẹ̀kọ́ mọ̀ ní kẹ bá mi gbọ́ wọlé bolton tẹ bá mi gbọ́ wọlé inú mi á dùn fẹ́yìn tẹ́tẹ̀ ní owó tẹ fẹ́ fún mi ẹ̀yẹn bá mi máa share ẹ jẹ́ kó máa bú mi ẹ jẹ́ kó máa bú ẹ̀yin but èmi mọ̀ pé ìdùnnú lọ̀rọ̀ yìí máa já sí èmi Ọláyọmí Koiki sọ fún mi pé ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń gbà lọ yìí tá à ń gbà lọ yìí ìdùnnú ló máa bọ́ sí tí kò ní bọ́ sí ìbànújẹ́ fún gbogbo wa ó lè dàbí pé kò ní dé bẹ́ẹ̀ kápíà ó máa dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ó máa dé bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí ẹ kú jókòó mo kí gbogbo àwọn tíìmù wọn. bàbá ní ó wà important pé kí gbogbo wa ká engage seriously in the Yoruba self-determination struggle má jókòó sẹ́yìn kó máa wá bí wọ́n pé níbo lọ́ bá ṣẹ́ dé bí àṣà Bishop Adesina ta ni wọ́n fún lówó ta ló ránṣẹ́ tó ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ Ìgbòho pé níbo lọ́ bá ṣẹ́ dé at least èmi àtolóyè mo pè wọ́n no mo send audio sí wọn wọ́n pè mí padà nígbà tó gbọ́ audio yẹn wọ́n ní máa pẹ́ padà wọ́n tún pè padà wọ́n ní kí n jáde wọ́n máa ti jáde nísìn ó yẹ kí n ti àbá ti release audio kan ní síta wọ́n ní no every day là ń dì pẹ̀lú problem gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ̀dẹ̀ ń forúkọ lóyè tẹ fi ń ṣe oríṣiríṣi jàǹbá ọmọ lóyè ni mí mo mọ lóyè rí olóyè ò mọ ẹnì kankan rí o ẹ má fi orúkọ lóyè fi ṣe jàǹbá o ẹ lè ta ní ìṣorúkọ lóyè o táwa wà láyé o ìyẹn mo ṣe ń sọ fún àbàtì orúkọ lóyè yàtọ̀ sí àwọn tẹkọ máa pè lórí social media máa pè lórí mídíà yín o mo ti sọ fún ìyàwó mi lálẹ́ pé ilé ìtàkùn àfiṣe lálẹ́ kákọ̀ fi dúdúpẹ́ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé kẹ má gbàgbé fundraising wa mo ṣe padà bọ̀ àbàtì tí mo ti parí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ẹ má lo orúkọ lóyè anyhow ẹ lò in the direction láti fi propagate Yorùbá nation má forúkọ lóyè jalè o má forúkọ lóyè lọ gba àwìn o má forúkọ lóyè lọ gba anything o we will come out for you. Gbogbo media pátápátá kò ṣe mí nìkan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mi bá ṣe ń pariwo níbi Ọmọlúkà máa pariwo. Must be ma. Kódà màá ní kó lo headline tí màá sọ fún pé mi ni mo kó fẹ́ kó headline yo. That name is very precious to us. Orúkọ tó precious wa ni o. Igboho yẹn ó precious gan. Dẹ̀ fi ṣeré rárá. Ẹ má bínú pé n tẹ́ ẹ kàkà yìí because sometimes bí nǹkan bá ṣe ń wá a gbọ́dọ̀ máa ẹ dà pé I've been off èní ló pọ̀ sẹ́kan tá a ṣe program gbẹ̀yìn tẹ́ bá rántí. Mo wá okay kò sí nǹkan tó ṣe mí o. But like I said, I am working behind the scene. And I can go like that for days, weeks, and come back again. But one thing is, platform one is ṣòfò. Because our team mi tí mo ní ó dúró dáadáa. Oríṣiríṣi program ló máa ṣe fún yín. Tá máa bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. Kò kọ́ ní pẹ́ ni. Torí à ní enough internet. Láti jẹ́ kó born. Ìyẹn la ṣe ní 40 minutes, 1 hour. Kọ́kọ́ ṣe program. Mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo wọn lásì ní ibikíbi tó wà. Nílé àti lóko. Bàbá Kító ni, we must keep awake for many hours of night after night. And àsìkò tá à ń sùn kọ́ leléyìí. Mo ní gbà ní sùn. Àsìkò kí wọn náà máa ronú pé group tí mo ní kí ni group yìí lè deliver fún Yorùbá nation. Iṣẹ́ wo ni group yìí máa ṣe? Iṣẹ́ wo lèmi máa ṣe independently fún Yorùbá nation. O dẹ̀ ní need láti mọ anybody ní abá débi tá à ń lọ kó tó di pé ó máa dèèyàn. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà nìyẹn. Bàbá Kító tá bá ń ṣe meeting báyìí tó bá dárúkọ Nàìjíríà. Bàbá Kító Nàìjíríà wo? Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Igboho is our leader. We don't joke with that name. Mr. Gbadamosi Ismaila. Joke pẹ̀lú orúkọ Igboho. Orúkọ yẹn precious gan. Mo kí ogbẹ̀yìn ìyá mi tẹ́ ń kí mi. Ẹ̀rọ àìkí tí wà distracted. Gbogbo yín ni mo kí láì yọ ní kankan sílẹ̀. Gbogbo yín dẹ̀ ni mo appreciate. Àtẹni tó búrò mi, àtẹni tó gbogbo yín pátá ni mo kí. So Bàbá Kító ni a máa ṣiṣẹ́ tílẹ̀ máa fi ṣú, ilẹ̀ máa mọ́. Torí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà lẹ́yìn is our future. Kò sí future kankan ní Nàìjíríà. Má jẹ́ kí pastor kankan sọ fún ẹ pé future wà. Má jẹ́ kí babaláwo kankan sọ fún ẹ pé future wà Nàìjíríà. Àfáà kankan gbọ́dọ̀ sọ pé future wà. Àwa ká tẹ̀ súnmọ́ àwọn àfáà. Ìbí Muslim ni mí. Mo ń súnmọ́ àwọn àfáà dáadáa. Kí n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation. Mo dẹ̀ sì súnmọ́ wọn nígbà tá a ṣe Yorùbá nation. Christian ni mí. Mo súnmọ́ àwọn Christian dáadáa. Báwo ni tí yàn bá gbàwẹ̀ títí tó òórùn jẹjẹ ṣé yẹn make sense? Má dẹ̀ jẹ́ kẹ́ni body full yín pé Nàìjíríà ṣì ní future. The future is gone. Bá gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì jà ẹ̀tọ́ wa là ń béèrè fún. Ẹ̀tọ́ yẹn dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ kàn wá lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Eléyìí ò kì í ṣe àwọn bàbá Afẹ́nifẹ́re o. This is a new breed of generation. Àwọn ń ṣe okay Koiki yìí náà ti wá tí wọ́n rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o. We are here to complete this task. Gbọ́ mi dáadáa. We are here. Mo ní mi nìkan o torí ìyẹn kan dágbó ṣe o. But èmi ni last man standing yìí. Àwa complete task tá gbé dání kò tí sẹ́ni tó lè ní kò ní wá completed. It must be completed in our lifetime. Look, kọ́lọ̀ fún gbogbo alẹ́ mi gúngùn. Ọmọ kéékèèké ṣe ni gbogbo wa. A ò ní ẹ tó ń sọ pé kò ní possible. Ta ló máa jẹ leader? Ìwọ tó ń béèrè yẹn náà ní leader. Àwọn Buhari tó ṣe nígbà tó ń ṣe, a ò ní wọn. A ò ní Ọbásanjọ́ nígbà tó ń ṣèjọba. How old are these people? They are less than 30 years old. Ìwọ ṣe àwọn sọ fún mi pé ta ni leader? Ìwọ ni leader now. O rò pé Igboho ni leader? Igboho kọ́ ni leader. Igboho ni leader for movement, but tá bá débi tá ń lọ, ìwọ ni leader. Ìwọ ló máa lọ govern province. Ìwọ ló máa lọ govern province ló máa sọ fún wa pé this is what we are going to do. Ìlú yìí wọ́n bá wọn jà láàárọ̀ ìnísìn lórí port o. Àwọn èèyàn fọ́nì lóríṣiríṣi program tí mo ń gbọ́ láàárọ̀ lórí LBC port o. Mo kàn rẹ́rìn pé port o. Kí lẹ rò pé Kẹ́mi Bádé náà ti sọ̀rọ̀ pé ọlọ́pàá ń gba bàtà lọ́wọ́ òun ṣó parọ́ ni? Ọgbà bẹ́líìtì lọ́wọ́ ṣó parọ́ ni? Kò parọ́. All these things is what we are talking about. Ìtọ́ ń pè Yorùbá nation nìyẹn. Tó bá bi ẹ́ pé kí ni wọ́n ń pè ní Yorùbá nation? A fẹ́ ní gbígbé àlàáfíà pẹ̀lú àwọn àlejò tó máa bá wa gbé. Àwa ni kọ́kọ́ la máa dágbé o. Ìyẹn ni kẹ́ máa rántí o. Gbogbo àwọn ìlú tó ń bẹ pẹ̀lú wa nísìn tá a bá ti gba country wa wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ accept pé wọ́n ti gbà nínú country wa wọ́n wà nú ẹ̀. Èyí tó bá náà wọ́n ṣe look plane ilé yín dà wọ́n nu plane ilé yín máa lọ. And this is the important of it. Torí àsìkò wa so yẹ ká ṣe máa bá ètò yẹn lọ ní kíákíá. We must keep awake for many hours, night after night, òru sí òru, putting ideas from their disciplines and professions in writing about our soon-to-come country. Máa kọ̀ọ̀kan sílẹ̀ lédè Yorùbá. ókè orí mi bá sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ ká kọ sílẹ̀ pé ìta bá délẹ̀ lérí ó ṣeé ṣe pé kíní ó lè wúlò fún province mi kí ló ń pè ní province àdúgbò tí wọ́n bá wà wàá gbé fún wọn. Everything will be sequence of how things should be. Kò ń ṣe ìtọ́kọ̀ máa ṣe tọ́kọ̀ ìṣòro wọn kàn ṣe bí ìgbà tẹ́ pé wọ́n fún yín ní value. Ìlú táwa ń gbé yìí wọ́n bí àwa kan sí bí báyìí àwa kan wọ́n bí sí bí báyìí àǹfààní ló jẹ́. Àwa tó wà bí sí bí báyìí yẹn náà gbogbo wa lọ́jọ́ ní value nínú system yẹn. Àdúgbò tó bá ń gbé wọ ọkọ̀ lè wá nísìn kán ní wọ́n kàn fi ṣe nǹkan kan kán máa consult yín níbẹ̀. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ consult àwa tájọ́ ń gbé níbẹ̀ torí pé wọ́n náà ń san sínú council tax. Adádùgbò kan bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ní kí n wà àdúgbò yìí ó ní àdúgbò yìí àwọn tó wà ní Onslow mo kẹ́yìn tó wà ní Onslow ẹni wá ní kí n wo bó ṣe clean pé àdúgbò tòun ò clean pé kí ló fà á òun máa make a complaint fún council torí pé òun san council tax. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ̀ka lẹ́ life lẹ́wọ́ yìí kò ń ṣe recorded èmi náà dẹ̀ ni àbúrò yín olólùfẹ́ yín mo need the first 200 people tó lè fún wa ní $100 I need a bulk ká lè rí owó fi ṣiṣẹ́ àṣefẹ́ wọnú ọdún tuntun ọdún abáwa láyé o may Nigeria never happen to any one of us. Ẹ ṣàmìlẹ̀ lórí ìjì tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní wíìkì Nàìjíríà ló happen náà yes mo mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ má fi dárúkọ ẹ̀ ìjì tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ní wíìkì ìjì tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ní wíìkì Nàìjíríà ti happen sí wọn ni o tèmi àti achi tá bá ń ṣe program tá a ní èmùkẹ́ brother mi ẹ má ní mo ṣáájú ṣe àbí ìlà ọlọ́sìn pé Olúbùnmi àwọn ilé ti mọ̀ mí nígbà tí mo kọ́kọ́ wálé ní 2015 wọ́n bá mi ìgbà yẹn àtẹ̀ máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà pé Nàìjíríà ò fowó tó ṣiṣẹ́ tó ṣe àtẹ̀tí bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation 2015 tí mo kọ́kọ́ wá Nàìjíríà ó dìde wá bá mi ni pé òun gbọ́dọ̀ meet àlàyé yìí ó láwọn kan náà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sọ èyí tẹ̀lé wa mọ̀ wá látara Yorùbá nation àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ brother mi o ẹ ṣáà máa ṣe bí gbogbo ṣe ń ṣe bọ̀ ẹ má jalè ẹ má ṣe rituals pọ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá nísìnyí ebi ń pa wá àbí ebi ń pa gbogbo wa ebi máa pa gbogbo àwọn tó ń fìyà jẹ wá èmi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kára dé mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ́ ṣe ń fi ibi pa wá yẹn ẹ má bínú pé mo tún fẹ́ pín nìkan kan ṣé mọ̀ pé ní wíìkì tí ó lọ ní Saturday 5 million euro cash ni wọ́n intercept ní Benin Republic 5 million euro that's 14 billion naira ṣápàbí olólówó ta ló lówó yẹn níbo lówó yẹn ti ń bọ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà níbo ló ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni nígbà tí mo lọ report election mo tún lọ report election ní 2017 ṣe àbẹ̀wò ni mo tẹ̀lé ṣe mi tẹ̀lé ṣe 2017 election tàwa report nígbà yẹn no 2019 ní mo mọ bó ṣe ń ṣe election Nàìjíríà kákọ̀ lọ witness election mo lọ gba gbogbo páàjì mi ní Yaba mo pàdé ṣe wọn kí n bọ lóye gbogbo ọ̀nà mo ní nọ́mbà wọn èmi náà ń ṣọmọ kékeré tí bá fi jẹ pé àwọn náà fi jẹnu Nàìjíríà ìbáyà kọ́ máa report nǹkan wọn bá fẹ́ ni ó dẹ̀ lè tó ní wọ́n ń sàn ìdòwò wọn sí àkáǹtì káàṣì làwọn máa ń gbà ní dọ́là ta ló mọ bó ṣe ń lọ wàá dúpẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run ó preserve ra wà báyìí àdẹ̀wá láti ilé ìdọ̀tí wàá dúpẹ́ fọlọ́run